When you decide to wake up early, very early, for me it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It could be 4, but it has to be before 5. When you decide to wake up super early, your first thought might be, man, that's so early. You don't need to do that. Or immediately your mind goes to like, that's really hard. There's no need to. I couldn't do that immediately. So look at that thought, Is that going to make you stronger or weaker? Most likely weaker, all right? When you decide to wake up early, you're also telling God through action that I'm ready to live my life. I have another day, like I'm alive. Thank you. It's a form of gratitude to wake up earlier than you normally would, to wake up earlier and start to live your life. One of the best forms of gratitude is to wake up every day and go live your life, because not everyone's given this opportunity, and a lot of people that were here yesterday aren't here today. So realize that. Number 2, when you wake up, and whether you have coffee, for me it's just coffee, something quick, and I go right into my prayer. I go right into my Jesus Calling book. All right, right into my Jesus Calling book. And this book has been nothing but a blessing to me. My Jesus Calling book, and I go into my scripture. All right, I don't read this word for word. There's some verses at the bottom of the book that tells me to look up. All right, when you do that, ultimately what you're saying is I'm waking up early, gratitude. Then I'm sitting down and I'm praying. I'm sitting down, I'm speaking to God. I'm listening. I'm sitting here, silent. Maybe some melodies. For me, I have some melodies. And it's just no words, just melodies. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to what God has to say to me. As I'm reading the scripture and I'm thinking about what he's saying. Simple as today, I'll just read you the first couple words. I am working on your behalf. Bring me all your concerns, including your dreams, okay? Talk with me about everything, letting the light of my presence shine on your hopes and plans. With that right there, I think to myself, man, you're right. I have to bring him my problems. I have to bring him my situation and give him hope. Give him hope. And what is hope? Hope and faith is believing in what we can't see in the very moment. Our senses, all right? Just because you can't touch it, taste it, smell it, see it, hear it, does not mean it's not coming to fruition. Does not mean that it's not happening, all right? And you know for a fact that when you order food at a restaurant, you don't have to go back there and look at them and make sure they're making the food, right? You put your order in, you're chilling. You're waiting for it. It's coming. You don't have a single doubt that the food's coming. That's the same thing when it comes to whatever you're asking for. It even says in the Bible, seeking you shall find. Asking now it should be given to you. Knocking the door will be open for you, right? And so in this morning process, for me, right now, sometimes I'll do 2 workouts, maybe just 1 workout. But this workout right here, it elevates me. Like I'm fresh. I'm showing gratitude as well by pushing my body to be healthier, pushing my body to pump blood throughout my muscles, to throw oxygen into my blood. And so ultimately, I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now because of everything I just did in the past 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And you see, it's about making yourself better so you can better your life, which ultimately makes everybody else's life around you better. That's why I do this. I do this because, look, if I can make my life better, then I can make everybody else's life better because I become an asset. I can walk into somebody's life and make their life better. And when you do that, you experience the best thing in life, which is the opportunity to give back. The opportunity to give back of yourself to somebody who might not be able to give something to you. And sometimes we don't always do that. Which kind of brought me to memory yesterday. I was standing by Starbucks. I'm standing there. It's pouring rain. I'm just waiting, man. I'm just waiting for the rain to stop. It's pouring. I'm sitting there. I'm kind of laughing to myself. I'm like, man, it's pouring. I got my computer. My car is easily like a few blocks away. I'm waiting there. I'm thinking, man, am I going to get soaked? And this guy comes, this homeless man comes. I can tell he's homeless. He comes out, he comes inside, and he looks at me. He's like, hey. And I'm sitting there like this. I'm looking, and the minute he comes to me, I know he's going to ask me for money. And like, I'm over here laughing to myself because of the rain, things like that. The minute he turns to me, I'm like, I just stone cold face. I know what he's going to ask me. He's like, hey, man, would you happen to have? No. He's like, oh, okay. And in that moment, I did think to myself, in that moment before he even asked me, I'm like, what do I have? I have two $20 bills. That's all I have. And in that moment, I'm like, I don't have ones. If I had a one, I'd give him a one. I'm like, but I don't have ones. And then I told him no, and he got really like sad. And he kind of walked away. And in that very moment, I thought to myself, man, like what is the right thing to do? Like me personally, I don't like to give people money like that because it's not gonna fix their situation. It's not gonna fix their situation. It's just gonna amplify their bad habits. Okay? I don't know why he's where he's at. I don't know if that was a test. But in my head, the minute I said no, I started thinking to myself, man, I really need to go and get some change. I need to have a couple ones in my wallet because I don't mind giving. I don't mind giving. And so it put me, I'm like, man, I should have one at least to give him that. And ultimately, in my head, I'm like, man, like, it's not going to change anything. It's not. Because he still has habits that got him to where he's at. $1 is not going to make a big difference in life. And maybe I should have talked to him. Maybe I should have spoken to him. Maybe I should have been like, yo, like, well, how'd you get here? Like, what happened? And maybe I should have gave him some advice that he could take that could change his life. And I've given some stuff away. I remember I gave a homeless man this book. I've had a couple copies of this book. And which makes me think, you know what? I might just write my own daily devotional. Because every morning I'm here and I'm listening, I'm praying. Anyways, so you see, we already know what we should be doing. If you want to add more purpose to your life, if you want to have more meaning, if you want to feel like you're actually going somewhere in life, or you don't want to feel so lost, if you feel lost, add that morning routine. Add that wake up time. Pick a time that you wake up that doesn't have to do with work. Pick a time that you wake up that you decide to wake up. 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4:30, 5 if you want to start. I don't care, but pick a time that's difficult for you. And when you start to wake up at that time, you're going to realize and you're going to notice in yourself is that you feel more worthy of this life. You start feeling more proud of yourself. You start feeling you start respecting yourself more. And how does that feel? How do you act when you're more proud of yourself? Well, you're more happier because you're walking with somebody that has done something difficult. Whenever we overcome difficult things, we feel happy, we feel proud. And I think being proud is happy. I'm like, man, I did that. I'm like, yeah, I woke up, I'm proud of myself. I woke up early today. I did this. And when you start deciding to do something like that to better yourself, you will start feeling like you're worth more of what's in life. The reason I'm consistently aiming to gain more in my life, and not just materialistic things, but gain more wisdom, more knowledge, more experience, become better, is because I feel worthy of it. Because if I'm willing to do the work, if I'm willing to put in the hours, if I'm willing to make the sacrifices, if I'm willing to be disciplined enough, then why can't I have everything I want in my life? Why can't I have the home, my wife, my kids, my body, the cars, the closeness to God, the ability to help other people, the ability to become somebody people want to get to know and want to be around? Why not? If I'm willing to sacrifice, dedicate, and be consistent enough every single day and not quit, then everything is at my reach. Everything is at your reach if you're not willing to quit. Everything. There's nothing you cannot get in this world as long as you're not willing to quit. Okay? So remember that. Let's go.